Hi students. Today we are going to discuss about topper IIT-NEET Foundation. In that 8th class biology we are going to discuss. In 8th class biology, what is the first lesson? Introduction to biology. So in this introduction to biology, we are going to discuss about some of the main important points. Okay, some important points we will discuss in this lesson. So we are already in last class we are already discussed about some of the terminology regarding this biology. So what is meant by biology and what are the branches which are mainly related to the biology. So we are already know what is the science which mainly deals with the living organisms or life containing organisms is called as biology. This biology, the branches mainly related or mainly the biology is divided into two main branches. One is called as botany and the second one is called as zoology. So botany is nothing but study of plants and zoology is nothing but study of animals. And here, not only that, there are different sciences are also related to this biology. Second, one is called as microbiology. So microbiology, here the micro means very very small, means they can see under the microscope. So the type of micro means the organisms which can see with our naked eye. The type of the type of organisms are called as microorganisms. So the science which mainly deals with the development, production and the different diseases which are caused by the microorganisms, and how we are observing the microorganisms, and how can we test the microorganisms presence in the other organisms. These are all are comes under this microbiology. And in the microbiology, the microorganisms, whatever the organisms are there, how we are using that organisms in future are for human welfare, that is also comes under this microbiology only. And also another important science branch which is related to the microbiology is genetics. So the science which mainly deals with the inheritance or heredity, means the characteristics which are transforming from one generation to the another generation. From parents to offspring, some of the characteristics are transforming. So the science which mainly deals with the heredity and other related characteristics which are comes under genetics. So here the Gregor John Mendel, he is the one of the father of genetics. He is the one of the scientist mainly focused on these genetical characteristics, how the organisms are transforming from characteristics from one organism to the another organism, and how the organisms are differ from one organism to the another organism. And another important science which is mainly deals with the biology is embryology. In the embryology, the study is mainly deals with embryo, development of embryo, formation of embryo, and how the zygote will transforms into embryo, and how the embryo is develops into fetus. From fetus, how the new organism will be arising. These are all comes under this embryology topic. So the formation of embryo, embryonic developmental stages which are occurs regarding regarding the living organisms is comes under this embryology. And another important science which is mainly deals with the biology is ecology. So ecology means the science which mainly are the study of interaction between the living organisms and their surroundings. Means we are the human beings. We are always reacted with different microorganisms which are surrounding us. For example, we are interact with cows, buffaloes, dogs, and whatever the pet animals, whatever the domestic animals, whatever the wild animals, we are interacting. Means we are all are present in one environment, And also in our surroundings there are non-living materials are also there. Air is there, water is there, temperature is there, and sunlight is there, like different factors are there. So in between this living and non-living environment which are surrounding the organism, one living organism is comes under the ecology. What is that science? Ecology. And how the organism is evolved, and how the organism is evolved, how the origin of life will be occurs on the earth, from the earth starting onwards, how the life is becomes one of the most important factor in the nature, how the organisms are showing complex organization during the development of different structures, how the complexity in the organisms will be occurs. These are all are comes under this evolution. From lower organism to the higher organism, if you observe any system, all the systems are from simple to the complicated manner, they will be they will be observed by living organism. For example, if you take human beings, in the human beings there are many number of organs are there, organ systems are there. These are all are performing main important functions in their body. Like that, coming to the other organisms means, for example, if you take unicellular organism like amoeba, in that amoeba only one single cell perform all the functions which are present in the body. So means like digestion or contraction, relaxation or movement or motility, all the functions, whatever the functions which are coming to the organism, all are performed by one single cell only in single cellular organism. But coming to the complex organization in the like human beings, if you take one system, that system is containing so many number of organs. For example, if you take digestive system, from mouth to the anus, there are lot of organs are there, lot of systematic presentation will be there in our digestive system. Or if you take respiratory system, circulatory system, excretory system, there are more and more complexity will be there from lower organism to the higher organism. How the complex formation, complex organization formation is present in the evolution, in the organisms, that will be comes under the evolution. And next one is pathology. What is the another science which is mainly deals with biology? So that is called as pathology. Pathology means the study of the science which mainly related to the disease and disease causing organisms. Means in our surroundings there are lot of organisms which are causing diseases to the plants and animals. There are so many number of diseases are there. For example, if you take our human being, typhoid fever is there, dengue is there, and malaria is there, the elephantiasis is there, and ascariasis is there, like different varieties of diseases are arising in our body due to the several organisms. And like that, in the plants also there are root wilt disease and some tumor diseases, like different varieties of diseases are coming in the animals, plants also. So these are all the diseases. What are the symptoms, what are the causative organisms which are present in that particular organisms? These are all are comes under this pathology. What is that science? Pathology. Then coming to the another one, that is called as phycology. What is the science called as phycology? Phycology means nothing but the study of algae. Means whatever the green color portion which is present in the stored water. Means for example, in a pot or in a tub, if you store water for some days, means after some days there will be some algal growth will be appears. So for the science which is mainly deals with that, whatever the plant material, whatever the green color portion is present, that is comes under this phycology. And coming to the another important science that is called as mycology. Here, mycology means the study of fungi, means how the fungi is organized and how what are the fungal diseases which are arised in the nature. So, where the presence of fungi will be appears and how the fungi will be eating and what are the uses of fungi, different uses of fungi, and how it is useful for the environment and what are the disadvantages of fungi. These are all are comes under this mycology topic. Then coming to the another important science which is mainly deals with the plant is anthology. Anthology means nothing but study of science mainly deals with flowers. So in plants there are so many different varieties of flowers we are seeing. So without flowers there is no fruit formation, there is no sexual reproduction in the plants. So for the important organelle, the important part which is plays a very important role in sexual reproduction of the plant is flower. Without flower there is no sexual reproduction, there is no fruit formation, there is no plant growth. So that's why the science which is mainly deals with the flowers that is comes under anthology. What is the topic? Anthology. Then coming to the another important science which is mainly deals with the different varieties of the fishes, aquatic organisms, means freshwater aquatic organisms. So the study of freshwater aquatic organisms which are like fishes, oysters, mussels, crabs, like other varieties of organism. These are all are comes under this limnology, study of science which is mainly deals with the freshwater organisms and their growth is comes under this limnology. What is that science? Limnology. And then coming to the another important science that is called as ichthyology. What is that science? Ichthyology. Ichthyology means that the study of all the fishes which are present in both freshwater and marine water or oceans. In anywhere, if the fish will be appears means the study of fishes is called as ichthyology. And the next science which is mainly comes under this is called as Herpetology. What is that science? Herpetology. Herpetology means the study in which the mainly reptiles will comes under. What are the reptiles? The study of reptiles. In that reptiles also there are different organisms are there, like crocodiles are there, lizards are there, snakes are there, and these tortoises are there. Lot of organisms are there. In that, especially the science which is mainly deals with the snakes is called as ophiology. What is that science? Ophiology. Ophiology means study of snakes is mainly comes under the ophiology, and study of reptiles is comes under the herpetology. What is that science? Herpetology. And then coming to the another important one that is called as ornithology. Ornithology. So ornithology means the study of birds, different varieties of the birds, like migrated birds or some birds which are present particular environment, or flying birds, flightless birds. These are all are comes under this ornithology. So study of the science which is mainly deals with the different varieties of birds is comes under ornithology. What is that science? Ornithology. And then coming to the another important one that is called as Lichenology. What is that science? Lichenology. Lichenology means here there are two organisms which are symbiotically relationship with each other. Means in between the algae and fungi in nature, commonly if you see any rocks or hills or mountains, in that areas there are some of the algal material and something fungal material, both are living together. Means they are maintaining their living relationship. So in between that organisms, the symbiotic relationship which is comes under the the study of the science, which is mainly comes under the symbiotic relationship between the different varieties of algae and fungi. Simply they are calling them as lichens. What are they? Lichens. Lichens means the symbiotic relationship between the algae and fungi is called as lichens. The study of lichens is called as Lichenology. The study of lichens is called as Lichenology. Means in biological concepts, the lichens are very very important. So means in the economical concepts or in some important aspects, the lichens are very very important. So that's why the study of lichens is called as Lichenology. What is that science? The Lichenology. And another one is called as Dendrology. What is that science? Dendrology. Dendrology means nothing but the study of trees. So different varieties of the trees. Means if you see different varieties of the plants in our nature, there are mainly 3 or 4 varieties of the tree plants will be appears. Like small plants will be appears. They are called as herbs. And some bushy like plants are appears. They are called as shrubs. And big trees like organs are appears. So they are called as trees. Herbs, shrubs, trees. So and some young plants are also appears in our areas. So like that, different varieties of the organisms are present in our surroundings. In that, the science which is mainly deals with what is that? Trees. So that is called as dendrology. And the study of age of plants means the studying of different varieties of the plant age, that is comes under dendrochronology. What is that science? Dendrochronology is paleonology. What is that another science? Paleonology. Paleonology is nothing but study of pollen grains, different varieties of pollen grains which are released from different plants. They are very important for the fertilization in the plants. So that pollen grains study is called as Paleonology. What is that science? Paleonology. And another important one is called as Entomology. What is that science? Entomology means study of different varieties of insects and their life histories, which are very important. For example, if you see honeybees, if you see butterflies, or if you see that say silk producing bombex mori organisms, like different varieties of the insects and their life histories is comes under this entomology. And then coming to the another important one, that is called as Bryology. What is that science? Bryology. Bryology means in the plants there are some of the in the moisture land areas, and wherever the both water and soil will be there in that environment, there are some of the plants which are growing like a green color mass like structures. They are called as Bryophytes. These Bryophytes, the study is called as Bryophytes. Study of Bryophytes is called as Bryology. What is that science? Bryology means the bryophytic plants are nothing but amphibians of the plant kingdom. Means they can be live, or they can have the ability to grow in both land and land and soil, water. So that's why these plants are called as bryophytes. Then coming to the another important one, entomology means nothing but study of insects, and paleonology means study of pollen grains. pollen grains. Study of pollen grains is called as Paleonology, and another one is called as Bacteriology. I already told to you microbiology means different study of different microorganisms and their histories and their what are the diseases, what are the uses, what are the disadvantages. In microbiology, again we are mainly divided into different aspects. In that, one of the most important one is bacteriology. In this bacteriology, we are mainly deals with the bacteriological study. Means we are mainly study about different varieties of bacteria and what are the uses of bacteria, what are the disadvantages of bacteria, what are the diseases which are caused by different bacteria. These are all are comes under this bacteriology. Then another important science which is comes under the study is called as virology. So study of different viruses is called as virology. Study of different viruses is called as virology. So and another one is called as pteridology. What is that? Pteridology. Pteridology means here we are already know different bryophytic plants. And first veseled angiosperms plants means big trees are arising from the top to top soil to the plant topwards. There are there are salt minerals, water will be transported from one part of the plant to the another part of the plant. In the plants is mainly due to the presence of xylem and phloem. The development of the xylem and phloem in the plants will be present from these pteridology plants only. Means the study with it is mainly deals with the pteridophyte plants. Here P silent. So that's why we are calling them as pteridophytes. Pteridophytes not. So this is called as pteridophytes. Pteridophytes means the plants which are first time developed with xylem and phloem, and first land plants which are developed on the land environment are comes under this pteridophytes. So the study of these different varieties of pteridophytes is comes under pteridology. What is that science? Pteridology. One is called as paleontology. What is that science? Paleontology. Paleontology means nothing but different varieties of the fossils. Means whatever the remnants of the different organisms. After death of the organisms comes to the soil. So in the soil, from the lot of years onwards, they will be remained in the soil forever. So that soil remnants we can study in the branch that is called as paleontology. Here again this paleontology we are divided into mainly two types. One is called as the study of plant fossils, that is comes under paleobotany, and another important one is called as the study of animal fossils, that is comes under paleozoology. What is that? Paleozoology. And another important one that is called as histology. What is that? Histology. Study of microscopic structure of different organs or tissues and whatever the different layers which are present inside the structures is comes under this histology. Different tissue systems, organs is their microscopic examination is comes under this histology. Here histo means a tissue, logy means study. So means microscopically we are observing one tissue and how the structure of the particular tissue will be there. That will be we can discussed in that histology topic. Then coming to the another important science that is called as horticulture. What is that science? Horticulture. Horticulture means the development or the study of different varieties of the plants and their growth and plant growth and their maintenance like a garden, and whatever the plants which are growing in that particular areas, how the plant grows and how the multiplication, how we are multiplying or maintaining that varieties of the plants is all are comes under this horticulture. Means in the horticulture means like garden we are maintaining. So in the garden we are maintaining like vegetable plants, fruit yielding plants, and some flower yielding plants, like fruit yielding plants, like different varieties of the plants we are growing in that garden. So how we are growing that plants, how we are maintaining that plants, and what how the we are maintaining that surrounding the surrounding areas, these are all are comes under this horticulture. Today, nowadays it is one of the most important subject, which is mainly there are so many number of jobs are also coming. What is that? Horticulture means maintenance and growing of different varieties of garden plants, like vegetable plants, flower yielding plants, and fruit yielding plants. This comes under horticulture. And another important one that is called as pharmacognosy. What is that plant? What is that science? Pharmacognosy. Pharmacognosy means the science which is mainly deals with the different varieties of the diseases, and whatever the diseased plants are there, what are the diseased plants are there, and what are the causative organisms, and what is the treatment for that particular diseases. Means how the disease will be appears, what is the causative organism, and what is the life cycle of that particular organism, and in which way we are controlling that particular disease. These are all are, and in that any ayurvedic plants are there for treating that particular disease. These are all are comes under this pharmacognosy. Means using the medicinal plants, using different varieties of the ayurvedic and medicinal plants, we are treating different varieties of the diseases which are caused by different causative organisms. Is comes under this pharmacognosy. And another one is called as biotechnology. What is that? Most important, biotechnology. So biotechnology means study of different varieties of organisms which are using by using the knowing technology. Means we know something technology which is used for growth of different types of organisms. So that varieties of organisms we are growing in the laboratory conditions by using different techniques. And what are the large scale production, of the antibiotics, different drugs, medicines which are treating different varieties of the diseases. And what are the industrial products which are prepared in a large scale, like how we are preparing the alcohol in large scale, or how we are maintaining different varieties of the plants. Means like disease drugs, medicines, and different varieties of the tablet production. These are all are comes under, and lot of different varieties of the products which are mainly important for different living organisms. These are all are comes under biotechnology. Using technology we are growing different varieties of the microorganisms for the our human welfare. This is comes under biotechnology. What is that technology? Biotechnology. Okay, so up to this today over.